The 2026 World Cup final was the day the planet stopped for a game. It was a collision of giants as the kings of Europe arrived to challenge the defending champions, Argentina. Spain's offensive strategy centered on their young prodigy, Lamine Yamal. They looked to him as the primary engine for their early attacks. The plan was to funnel possession through Yamal and Dani Olmo, relying on their exceptional first touches to break through the initial Argentine press. Spain aimed to use this technical superiority to disrupt the defensive block, hoping that individual brilliance on the ball would create immediate openings. But even with some of the most dynamic talent in the world, Spain soon discovered that skill alone cannot break a perfectly organized defense. Argentina's defense was anchored by an insurmountable presence, Emi Martinez. He became the ultimate tactical obstacle, holding Spain to a frustrating stalemate. The backline operated with rigid discipline. Defenders like Nicolás Tagliafico funneled Spanish wingers into narrow channels, forcing them into predictable shooting lanes. Martinez mastered the geometry of the box. Aggressively stepping out, he cut off Yamal's shooting angles, neutralizing the right wing. When Williams tried the opposite side, Martinez was just as effective, rapidly traveling across the box to turn shots behind. This over-reliance on direct, wide shots played directly into Martinez's hands. Spain's predictability ensured the match would head into extra time. As the match entered extra time, physical and structural fatigue began to set in for both teams. The high-intensity 0-0 draw was taking its toll. To break the deadlock, Spain initiated a phase transition. They shifted from predictable solo runs to a style of rapid, chaotic combination play. Nico Williams was the catalyst for this shift. He used his pace to draw fouls, forcing the Argentine defense to scramble and react to the increased pressure. This forced the Argentine midfield out of their structured lines, pulling key players like Enzo Fernandez away from their defensive positions. Spain realized that to beat a world-class goalkeeper, they had to move the ball faster than he could physically reset his position. The game-winning sequence began with Williams driving from the flank, drawing 3 defenders toward him and collapsing the outer shell of the defense. He immediately laid the ball off to Mikel Merino in a central pocket, shifting the angle of attack before the defense could adjust. The ball then moved instantly to Pedro Porro, bypassing the defensive midfield entirely while they were still out of alignment. At long last, Spain found their magic moment. The sequence left Ferran Torres completely isolated in the box, allowing him to thunder the ball home. This multi-phase build-up was the only way to defeat Martinez. The passes simply moved faster than his physical ability to set his feet. Following the goal, Torres kept the defense pinned back with another run, preventing Argentina from mounting a clean counterattack as the clock wound down. At the other end, Unai Simon was perfect. He secured the 1-0 shutout, locking down the pitch until the final whistle. The victory signaled the end of Argentina's reign as defending champions and the conclusion of their legendary captain's journey on the world stage. This win was the result of tactical persistence. Spain spent 120 minutes finding new ways to penetrate a world-class defensive structure. By continuously iterating their attack to exploit structural gaps, Spain seized their second star. The kings of Europe had conquered the world.